gonna see what's gonna happen, but yeah, we're definitely gonna see.
Is it long because you're gonna die a lot?
No, it's long because it's a long game.
Yeah, because I mean, how long it is depends on like how much trouble you're having with puzzles.
Don't worry, I did play the game yesterday in order to have a good handle on how it's played and everything, but...
Okay, yeah. But at the same time, you have to show all the ways you can die, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This is definitely one of the feature presentation points of this stream. In this stream...
Alexander will suffer.
Okay.
So anyway, hello everybody, welcome to the stream of King Quest VI. So, whoops, hold on a bit. I kinda just realized that I trapped my wires. Okay, alright.
Don't hurt your back.
Nah, that's okay. But yeah, anyway, this game definitely holds a lot of nostalgia value for me. That was like the only King Quest game that I played as a kid. I actually liked it a whole lot, and today I don't really like it as much, but hey, we have enough time in order to dwell on why and everything, so... Alright.
Looks like you just subscribed.
Oh, thank you, Patty Bees, for that sub. Yeah, Patty pulls out this magic sub. As soon as the alert will be gone.
Paddy pulls out his magic sub.
And his magic sub opens a game.
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all,
Are we supposed to be able to hear anything from the game?
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No.
Side stream should
No
be
one's
okay.
even heard of it.
Yeah, I hear something.
She's
I
just
heard voices.
vanished.
I wish
Yep.
I could help.
Oh, I just had it. I didn't want to. Whoops. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, I'll talk to your belt, Mom. Just like, this is such an awkward camera angle, and this video sequence, which is like in 300 by 100.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, you know, at the time you couldn't render more than that.
Yeah.
It took too much room on, what was it, on discs, or was it still on floppies?
Okay, this was on a
this
CD.
This is a CD-ROM version. If you had floppies, you did not have any voiceovers.
I mean, the floppies still, the disc, the CD-ROM still didn't have that much room.
No. You could use this as a Twitter banner. It's the right resolution.
Cosima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
Oh my god, his mouth animation.
Magic mirror?
And it showed me how to...
Castina was from the end of King's Quest V, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
They
was
make
amongst,
a...
yeah, she was amongst all of the people who got trapped in the castle of Daventry whenever Mordak teleported it away.
The beginning of King's Quest VI makes a big deal out of it, like he's known her for a while and he's in love and he just wants to find her, but at the end of King's Quest V, literally they just met for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot
And
of
now,
first...
oh my god, I've seen it in a magic mirror! Time to go on a life-shattering expedition!
I mean, to be fair, if I saw someone calling for help in a magic mirror, you know, I might want to do something.
So, the sounds of bird. So, I'm not sure who's playing a game in the background.
Sorry, I'll hold, sorry. Look, this Rathel isn't gonna kill itself.
Okay.
What are you playing, Monster Hunter or something?
I'm watching the stream.
Alright, everybody, it's time to watch the stream, everyone!
Alexander sailed unknown seas and beyond.
I'm trying to make the seagulls fly, yeah.
Yeah, they have like Squawk's control.
Look, I'm sorry, the PS4 controller is very clicky, alright? If I had a less clicky controller, I would use that.
Wind Waker really aged poorly.
Oh, that's not...
Well, you see, that's the Toon Link of the era.
No, that's... You're thinking of the one on DS.
Sid Meier's Pirates.
Phantom Hourglass or something.
As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea turns violent.
And the sea becomes more polygonal than ever.
And then Jafar's face appears in the sky.
Yeah! Alright, watch out.
It's coming right out of the sun.
Yep, it's coming! King Quest 6!
Woohoo!
The title screen brought to you by a Microsoft Movie Maker.
And then manga just pops up.
That is too sophisticated for Movie Maker.
No,
You
it's
need-
not. You could do that. If anything, I'm gonna prove it the next time I play a Microsoft 3D Movie Maker.
I would love to see that.
Okay, written by Roberto William and Jane Jensen.
The good parts by Jane Jensen.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't actually know.
By Williams D. Skyrim. Oh, or Skirvin, whatever.
William Skyrim.
Yeah, William Skyrim. Oh, actually text and dialogue by Jane Jensen. So, what did even Roberto Williams did to this game?
Well, I mean, the story doesn't necessarily include... You can make outlines of the story and designs.
Oh, I guess. I just want to know who do we have to blame for the Isle of the Sacred Mountain?
I forget what that is, but I'm sure I will remember.
You will see.
Oh, is that the copy protection or whatever?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, probably a game designer.
Remember how he got here.
But yeah, look at that. We have speech and subtitles, the good old virtue of the Windows version.
Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace.
There is no trace of his men. Good, they died.
That the lifeboats survived the currents.
Yeah, I don't think they ever come up.
Yeah, they completely get forgotten. Oh, alright, welcome to King Quest 6. So naturally, the first thing that I'm fairly certain that everyone did whenever they played the game was, let's go in the water, why not?
Yep, good idea.
The ocean is not as calm as it appears. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs.
Yep, underwater currents.
The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow.
Alright, let's go and swim back to our isles. I'm sure we can handle it.
The underwater tow is amazingly strong
fine.
here. It pulls ferociously at Alexander's legs.
This
I do like
a lot
that.
more than I remember.
The game does tell you,
Yeah.
maybe you should stop doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the only thing it warns you about, I guess.
Oh yeah, whoops! And there's no more ground.
Currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
He finds himself wishing he would listen to the narrator.
Yeah. Or to the foreboding background music.
Next. Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
Alright, so... no! Why does restart bring you back here?
Can you skip it at least?
Yeah, I can. You see, you just press the button, play, and here we go! We skip everything. So, alright, yeah, now let's
Alexander's
actually
royal
do stuff.
insignia ring lies abandoned on the sand. It must have slipped from his finger during the shipwreck. Fortunately, it was not lost in the sea.
Good thing you can see that one pixel and know where it is.
But yeah, or ring. Not good enough for her fingers, but not good enough for the sea neither.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
I love his just amazing outfit.
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
Oh. So I better just stare at the box. Oh, alright.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Yeah, don't worry. We're definitely gonna increase the speed. We're not keeping the speed at this sluggish pace.
Oh man, remember when games like that had a speed slider?
Yep. There we go. Now it's in bearable format. Oh, I'm lost in this kingdom. I better go to this castle over here.
I think the only game I had that was like that was Beneath a Still Sky.
There's a little hut just off the path. Perhaps the guard dogs have an occasional use for it, but it looks empty now.
It has an occasional use. You know what I'm saying.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards.
Yeah, look at that new portrait.
I'm a little confused about
Also, thank you for the donation.
Who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad. And this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown? But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
We objectify her daily.
Yep.
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months.
Wow.
Princess Cassima.
Guards will suffice, you idiot.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
Okay, so how can we prove that we are not a stranger? Well, with our insignia ring, of course.
Alexander
I mean, you know, showing your passport from a different country doesn't make you any less of a stranger.
With all of his
Yeah, but at
lost
least
in
it
the
gives
shipwreck,
a slight
it is the only
idea.
possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just
I met her for 5 minutes.
Yep.
She'll remember me, I'm sure.
Let me just look at that.
We were
ring.
transformed by the same wizard.
What does it say, Gruff?
We have a lot in common.
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
That voice sounds familiar.
I'm sure they went around.
Yeah. But even then, this is not a game that had a lot of voice actors.
Oh no, I'm sure like many characters have the
guard
same person.
returns a moment
Yeah.
later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid
Oh
I'm
my god, I
unfamiliar
love
with
this
your
dog.
country, but I'm sure
Yeah,
Wizard
just like he's
Alhazred
so
will want to meet
styling.
you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please.
This dog is so
follow me.
noble.
Yeah, a dog guard.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
Oh yeah, that's right, it's Tony J, holy shit.
Alexander.
That's what I was trying
Pardon
to...
the
That's
intrusion,
fine.
my lord.
Okay.
But I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Well,
So, by the way, we want you to know that this guy's eyes are glowing.
To pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents'
This
wish,
guy's literally the Grand Vizier from Prince of Persia.
Pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
I assure you,
That was a stereotype that went along in games, apparently.
What, stereotypes in this game? No!
That you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see.
Sure, can you give me a boat?
I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
Nah, kid.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
But we can go back home!
The opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days.
It's okay, mine is too.
Your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
It's funny how obviously evil this guy is.
Yeah. He's not really hiding it.
Like, they're not exactly subtle about it.
Al-Hazred, I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord. Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Yep, take that, you freaking jerk butt.
Please, if you'll only be reasonable.
Oh,
I really must
shut
see the
up,
princess.
Alexander.
Be gone! You're not welcome at the castle, Prince Alexander of Daventry. They are quite clear.
Prince Alexander!
Look, it's me.
If that's really your name.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna go visit the princess using these vines.
They're not guards, they're high school bullies.
Support Alexander.
Yeah, that's right. We're never getting in here. Oh yeah, say goodbye to this castle because we're not going there until 1,000,000 of years.
Yeah, that's the end game.
Alright, now I'm very slow. And now I'm very fast! Oh, alright, hey, good day to you.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and new lamps in exchange?
What a scene, man! Always a chance to
Looks like
find
you
a
know
genie.
Squid for the bits.
If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
But yeah, I'll take your old lamps for these new shiny lamps which are gonna be better. Oh, thank you Lord 20 for the sub. Thank you very much.
I like the twirl Alexander did there too.
Yeah. Also, I fucking love this bear. He's just so badass. Grrr!
other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display.
Yeah, he totally makes an ostentatious display.
Ostentatious. What a
Alexander
word.
takes a mint.
Yeah, first we take a good old mint.
Take a mint. Eat the mint, Alexander.
The countertop.
Yeah, that's right. Can you eat the mint?
The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment.
Would that get you stuck?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just, I kind of want to know for...
Time to save!
Yep.
Oh, that's a different save system than I remember.
No, that's
Is
because
this like
I'm
a-
running the game in ScumVM.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Oh, okay.
The small green mint looks very tasty.
Alright.
Delicious, delicious mints.
Alexander eats the mint. Not bad. A little stale, perhaps.
Oh.
It's a mint!
Just take another mint.
Alexander takes a mint.
Yeah.
Let's just eat all the mints until you die.
Alexander
Yeah.
The dialogue doesn't change, so I'm gonna assume it just doesn't.
We're just gonna see if the game...
Alexander wants... Alexander...
At this point, I'm just wondering if there is a limit on the number of mints.
I feel like they probably did.
Yeah,
I guess not.
like
Okay, I guess that was never actually programmed, so alright, whatever.
I mean, it's a mint, it's not a freaking
Good day, merchant.
dinosaur.
What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground
Urban's
to a halt,
portrait is very
and
red.
so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
Alright, so now it is time for the biggest days to begin again. I have 1 coin!
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
But yeah, we can have this thing over here.
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She is made of plain tin.
You can
but
trade
she
them in,
sings
can't
the
you?
sweetest song you can imagine.
No, I
Very
think the only thing you can
distinguishable
trade
from
is the
the
coin.
I thought you could like take one and trade it and get a different thing.
Its notes are
I think
fine
you
and
can, if I remember.
Ah, yes, the painter's
It was
brush.
a while ago, though.
It was well used by one
Yeah, I
of
haven't
the
played this game in a long
finest
time.
painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition.
I've never actually played this game, I just watched Slow Beef
This one is
comment it.
luminous and radiant. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
Right, so right now, let's get a bird.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very
Mechanical
well. Your
nightingale.
coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah,
I'm glad that
I just
not
want
a
to
very
see,
good
can you
business,
indeed
though.
give the mint?
I took a mint.
a robot bird.
That is what they are there for.
Yep, okay, that's what happens if you try to give the mint.
A robot bird's only worth a penny.
Right.
Hello. I will be right up.
It looks like you just
What can I do for you?
I find the streamer intriguing. I'll sub to it. Thank you, Senator Kai, for the 2 months of subscription. Thank you very much.
That black robe person is suspicious.
I find this streamer intriguing. I'll sub to it.
It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." Only 1 book
I don't
remains on
want
the
these.
table.
Right.
It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book.
It's a Dan Brown novel.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Oh, Alright, let's read the big winning novel we've just picked up.
Alexander is carrying a book from...
Ah, right, come on.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly.
I was almost expecting you to die of boredom.
Yeah, I thought he was going to like fall asleep and break his head open or something.
Alright, children books, that's our...
Alexander is a little old for those children's books.
Are you sure, though?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think so, narrator.
Just a little too old, just by a day or two.
He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
What? Why would you even start there? Just like, I don't know, find the cooking recipe for hamburgers first.
I mean, cookies are pretty easy and they don't involve either of those ingredients.
Yeah, I think he just made that up.
An old man occasionally...
I think Alexander just doesn't want to learn to cook.
He doesn't want to learn how to do anything.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Ooh, what a jerk.
What a rude person.
Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves.
Alright, let's...
Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
Not with this attitude. Right.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was...
they all had the role of entertaining.
No, it's...
But slightly differently.
Yeah.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why
That's
Good
also a
Princesses
scam.
Like Bad Wizards.
That is also a scam.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books. Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf.
Oh, poetry! Alright, books that are as shallow as we are. Let's do it.
Thinking of Cosima,
Hey, no.
Alexander
Oh, he'll read those.
through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast. Not bad. And another.
Not bad. What are your standards?
Do you realize that the person who wrote the poem also wrote the narrator's comment? So, like, they are complimenting themselves on their own poem.
I guess. Oh. Yikes.
What was it when I looked at you?
What will even be a broken breast? It's just like, I don't know, did you just have a machinery accident and then...
It's a metaphor, psych.
What name?
A metaphor for what? I hate metaphors.
Okay, you know what? Don't think about it too much.
That brings my mind e'er back the same to thee. The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness.
Yeah, he's really going at this poetry.
The haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that ere my soul eternal makes for
the
you.
poem with an uneven rhyme.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Oh.
Alexander is...
No, I want the sheet of paper.
Alexander picks up the...
He's not interested in that.
It's the love poem he protected.
That's self-help pages.
It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir, I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Wait, also wait, is that the book there already?
An antique leather-bound
It's
book
like, I don't know,
is
I'm
displayed
looking
on
at
a
this
little
counter,
stand
I
on
don't
the
see a book there.
On the elaborate
I
cover
mean,
is the
you'll
title,
be the judge,
The
but there's
Useful
no
Book
book
of
here.
Magic spells.
But it's important that you look at it and then try to get it, because otherwise you'll be fucked later on.
How much for that book
Oh,
on the
wow.
counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what.
I'm a boring character.
You can find another rare book.
Hey, librarians are all
something a bit
boring,
more
right?
marketable. I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Alright, we need to find a rare book if we are to ever obtain that.
A book that's more marketable than a spell book.
What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you? And what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here.
Oh my god, I never would have figured it out. I just thought that the island looked like a crown.
To the west, there are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the
At least 3 other, we're not sure.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen
What a
it.
scene, man!
The land of
Thank
the
you
Green
for the
Isles is
donation.
said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite
foreshadowing.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately,
I don't know, just go there.
no longer runs between the islands.
Why are you asking me? I'm just a librarian.
Much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Ooh. Alright, we gotta talk to the ferryman if we ever want to know more about the neighboring islands. Good thing at least that every location of the game is pretty small.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong
I like
impression that
Skittles.
she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
Time to interrupt her quiet moment.
Red roses beautifully cover the top of the house's fence and gate arbor.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning. And get your veil back on. No one wants to look at your face.
Yes, stepmother.
Oh boy. There's a lot going on.
Then you roll.
Alright, let's get a roll.
Alexander has not been invited to pick the family's roses.
Oh.
Alexander doesn't
Why
want
you need
to
a
intrude on
invitation?
private property unless he's been invited.
Well, it's not Casimir, so I'm not gonna try and rescue that lady.
Alexander is like a vampire. You have to invite him first.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
This sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah,
It
really
doesn't sound
does.
like a trap.
Nah.
Based on what we previously knew about water, this should be perfectly safe.
What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
Yeah, I mean...
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Nah, it won't. I mean, this kid is totally gonna take care of us, right?
Oh yeah.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier. The powerful currents
whoops.
grab
One of the
Alexander.
line samples
Struggle as
did
he
not
might,
load
he
properly.
feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
I was hoping he'd say
As his
tee.
head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
He's interrupting himself.
Can handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
Yeah,
I
maybe
d-
they
I
were
do
not
have-
a boy.
I do like that dying foreshadows stuff in the
I
future.
said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, I know that you're not good for anything. Oops. Another line of dialogue that
The boy
was
in the
not
water
here.
just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Also, maybe we're just really stupid.
It must be normal in this land. It just happens every day.
What do you want?
Alexander promises
I don't
himself
know.
that he will not
I
go
wanted to
home
talk to the
until
guy,
he has
not to
determined
yourself.
What Casima's feelings are for him, and if she needs his help. Alexander.
No.
Excuse
Okay.
me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told
Was
me you
really
might be able to
boring,
help
but
me.
hey, he told me to visit
I hear
you.
you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
Well, I wanted to talk about why do you have clown music into your ferry?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh.
Do I look like a tourist agency?
What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cosima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands.
And we even will give hitchhiker rides
Things
to
had
dolphins.
started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cosima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Well, you can still avoid them on land.
One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
That looks like a really shitty place.
Tell me more about Princess Cosima.
Oh!
Such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen. They served the islands, not the other way around. Always thinking about the people. They are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
Good sense of humor.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else can you...
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
What else can you...
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
Okay, I think that's about it.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time.
Oh, that's just superstition, kid. Don't be dumb.
Why don't you do it? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
They all dove in after the boy in the water. Hey, water's beautiful! I can show you how to boat to the next island!
Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Did that have a double meaning?
No.
Oh yeah, we were told there will be a magic book and a magic map in the pawn shop. Oh, and this jerk again.
What a mysterious person.
Old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it.
Magic map, nobody wants crap like that.
But hey, if you want a flute or a tinderbox or an old paintbrush, boy am I your man!
These people seem to have, like, very little respect for magic items.
I mean, maybe these are like the crappy magic items that no one wants.
The wizard was quite old and feeble, and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said
that sounds extremely useful, though.
To be on an island depicted on the map.
Yeah, but you see, he was old and feeble, so...
Why would you let that dust away?
Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
But, like, the biggest danger is going on the water.
But since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing
but
to
you
take
see, there's politics, and politics are more dangerous than deadly water. So yeah,
I mean, that's true. There's gonna be dangers everywhere.
Yeah, we need something of high value in order to get the map. So all right, we need
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a
I'm the less interesting protagonist.
such a unique family.
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own
Like
a
my
magic
girlfriend
map
of 5 minutes.
So wait, was Alexander adopted?
If you find
Yes.
anything else of great value in
I
your
did.
travels,
I did not
you
remember
can come
that.
back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down.
Interesting.
Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Oh, he was kidnapped as an infant. I thought he was just kidnapped when he was a teen.
In the concealing cloak sneaks past.
Oh, he wasn't. Okay, so he wasn't adopted. He was just gone for a long time.
From the candy jar.
And by being gone for a long time, he forgot
Man
everything.
stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Okay, so apparently the whole man just get drunk on mints.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished.
Oh my god.
Shop owner, he just abstained.
Oh my god, this guy.
Just like, man, these mints are hardcore on this thing.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
Oh no, the mints.
Dang,
Mints make genies drunk.
Now, what is this about a magic map? With a map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
So go drink some water already. Oh, and Lampo unfortunately is gone.
Aren't you supposed to get a lamb from him?
Yeah, much later in the game, but yeah. You have to go back here because the merchant was talking about the other junk the wizard has, and now he's dumping it into the box over here.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom.
Okay, that's not magic stuff, that's just something an illusionist, like a circus wizard, would have.
So, alright, a little bottle named Hink that is empty, but we take it anyway, because hey!
Is the ink possibly invisible?
Yeah, it's just like,
Wait,
it's one of those items...
Does it say empty on it?
Yeah, if you look at it, yeah.
Alexander's carrying a little ink bottle. It appears to be empty. Alexander shakes the bottle and imagines he hears a faint swishing sound, but decides he is mistaken.
Maybe there's something, or maybe not.
There's no reason. Alexander decides...
It's just lemon juice in it.
Whoa!
Oh, you ruined your outfit.
At all. It's full of invisible ink. Not very
Good job, idiot.
Not bad.
Okay, with that said, we do keep the bottle. Okay.
Alexander's carrying a little...
Yeah, I hope you don't need the ink.
Nah, we still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of ink in that little bottle.
Yep. Yeah, now that we have a magic map, we can finally start traveling. Travel the best way we can.
Pulls out his magic map.
I don't like the way the narrator says that.
Oh, alright, yeah.
Alexander
First of
feels
all,
a
we have to
strange
go here.
pulling
There's
sensation.
nothing that tells you you should go here, but yeah. You absolutely have to go and get something. Because, hey, items out of nowhere. Just like, what is this flower? Why is this flower even here? Is it just growing on sand?
Yeah, you know.
It's a magical kingdom.
Picks the flower, startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment, he can smell nothing else.
Yep, a flower that smells really bad.
Alexander notices an unusually large coal-black feather lying on the beach. Alexander takes the feather.
And yeah.
There appears to be something etched into the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to get closer.
Yeah, let's... Ignorance kills, wisdom elevates. How about
That's
I
time
don't know
for
what the
coffee
hell this
edition.
means for the time being.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Yeah, all the other flowers hated the smell, so it's here.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
He pulls out his magic map and he feels a strange pulling sensation. I'm sorry, I have to leave.
Come on, it's magic! Oh yeah, welcome to the Isle of the Beast. We were told we probably could not make it too far in the island, but hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
That water looks perfectly safe. And if we know anything about water in this game, it's always safe.
A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
What a scene, man! Woo-wee!
I'm sorry, but we're too busy to save our crew, but thank you very much. Oh, alright.
Alexander decides to brave the boiling pond.
Right, come on,
This
we're
sounds like a
sturdy
good
enough.
idea.
Whoops.
And soon realizes a deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew.
Yeah, unfortunately, we could not do a thumbs up as we were melting.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Alexander's not cool enough
Alexander
for that.
He's in a bit
There's
of a
our
stew.
pun, sort of.
That's
It's
not
not a very good one. It's not a good one.
expression. That's not an expression, is it?
No, it's not, but, you know, he's trying. He's not as good as the
Alexander
previous
feels a
guy in
strange
5.
pulling sensation.
Oh, alright.
I
A piece
never-
of paper in the
A
sea.
string of letters floats in the water. The letters spell out, "Where are you going?" Alexander's heard of alphabet soup, but this is ridiculous.
Alright, let's get the
Alexander
sentence.
wades into the sea to get the strange object in the water.
And then gets pulled away.
It's tugged
Ah.
at Alexander's legs. That object is just a bit out of reach.
Yep. We cannot get that. If we try and persevere, we're just gonna have the same drowning death than in the beginning.
One of the oysters is sitting up in
Sleepy
bed and
clams.
doesn't look very
Oh,
happy.
oysters, okay.
He seems to be the only one who can't sleep. In the oyster's mouth, Alexander can see a glint of white.
Oh, white like a pearl, maybe.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep.
Good voice.
I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
So, alright.
Do you not enjoy this voice acting?
No, I don't. But yeah, he cannot go to sleep, so how can we help an oyster go to sleep? With a boring book!
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half
Oh my god.
divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Alexander
Why does he
sees
say
nothing
everything
else
so
on that
weird?
part of the oyster. Alexander
come on.
on that
Oh, damn it.
Really?
Pixel perfect.
Yields a
Clicking.
gilded minnow of precise measurements.
But yeah, don't worry, we get to hear more of the book.
By 3,023 and 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected.
What do you
This
think
is not to
this
say,
book
however,
is?
in any sense whatsoever.
I don't know.
That
Like, is this just
deviations
like
in mean
a
temperature of 5 or 6
list
dregs
of
Alexander makes a grab for
like
the pearl.
measurement systems? And how they compare?
You fixed my mouth! It feels great!
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Oh hey, also this thing seems to have gotten a little bit closer too, so can we finally get it?
Alexander doesn't want to taste the salty seawater.
Ah.
Alexander
You don't have to
the
taste
ocean
it.
currents tug at Alexander.
Come on, you were further than that in the
object
sea
is just a
earlier.
bit out of reach.
But no, it's still out of reach. Just like, hey, eat a bowl of butts.
Do you need that?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
But yeah, what is the puzzle, you might ask? How do we get this little piece of fragment and everything?
Yell at it.
Ah, you just wait. Eventually it just drifts on the shore.
Of course.
Oh, okay. I thought that was that, but then you asked how do you solve the puzzle, so I was trying.
No, that's the puzzle. The puzzle is to wait. And
Well,
it kind of
this is-
doesn't make sense because, hey, if we go in the water, we get swifted away deep into the ocean. But hey, that one little phrase, nah, it just drifts forward, whatever.
Don't they mention that Don't they mention at some point that there's like something magical in the water that's trying to kill you, though?
No, it doesn't. It's just the
Okay.
water just has a huge array of currents and everything. It's just that's why
Well, that's
boats
what
get
that's what
fucked
the
up.
narrator says. But I don't know. I wasn't. Maybe I just imagined it, but I was under the impression that there was specifically something in the water trying to kill you, which is why you'd get swept away every time.
Nah, that's the way the ocean works here.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy, this stupid puzzle.
Yep.
Oh God, no.
5 fierce guards
Oh,
of the
no.
isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If mad it be, then mad it dies. Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
Uh-oh. So now how do we get out of this huge predicament?
Do
Well,
you die if you
hopefully,
fail?
hopefully like a mint.
Alexander holds the
Yeah, you
eye
die
up
if you
for the
fall.
gnome with the
Okay, I mean-
stupendous nose.
My nose cannot be tricked that way. The smell of man still rules the day. A man so fair knows, into the waiting sea he goes.
Oh, they just throw you into the water. That's rude.
Whoa.
Yep.
Alexander, just run away. Why did you let them grab you?
Because we're incompetent.
Whoa.
Yep.
That was a nice sprite, though.
Alexander too
Yeah.
far into the sea for him to get his
I like that
footing.
animation.
The currents drag him under.
Yeah, just like these currents are so efficient, my god.
I don't know. I still like my theory that something is actually specifically in the water trying to kill him.
Tickets. Oh.
Tickets. Oh.
Guess those gnomes couldn't reach a consensus.
Get it?
Oh my god, these are so bad.
That's not even what
Should be
happened.
ashamed. I should be
Alright,
ashamed.
yeah, just gonna make sure that I do have everything. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. We're all okay for this.
Alexander.
Now let's do this
He even
puzzle.
walks back to let them come.
Let's just wait for those guards to do their little song and then, like,
Yep.
find us.
Oh god, that ears one is like terrifying.
Yeah. Just like, look at his fucking ears. They look like shit. Oh yeah. Essentially, all of these gnomes are all about one of the senses. This guy is the nose, so let's send him the flower that smells really bad.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Jumbo gnome nose.
Tom Trow I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea.
That was not necessary to do this in the reading, by the way.
'Tis all and nothing more.
No, the actor is really
disgusting. Fuck you, no.
The actor is just really in his role.
As you swore, with your ears, please tell us more.
Oh yeah, we have to fool this guy, and we have to do it using this bird, and it
Alexander
doesn't really
winds
make
the
a whole
tin
lot of
nightingale
sense.
And plays it for the gnome
Just
with
like,
the monumental
yeah,
ears.
it's a mechanical bird.
Just wait while I line this up real quick.
Yeah, he's taking a while.
Yeah, but even then, doesn't he hear you winding the bird?
I mean, he should, yeah.
Because, yeah, you can try also the flute on him, but he'll be like, oh, it's a flute, but it's played by a man, so let's get him. But somehow the winding of the nightingale, nah, it works.
I'm glad that he thought about the flute and thought to include a response.
Yep. Alright, now we have to foil the taste.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
But it's just like, is this really how he wants to detect who we are?
It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet.
Yeah, they got a lot of voices for this one.
I'm sure that's not just the same guy doing different voices.
Yep, they
Maybe,
all
I
do
don't
it
know.
in unison. So yeah, the big hands. Well, we just give him the rabbit paw.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
So do you think they're like, okay, so this is a skunk who has rabbit paws and tastes like mint?
Yeah, just like, I don't know, this makes no sense. I hate this puzzle.
This is just very silly.
Alright, only one person left.
The guy with eyes.
Yep.
Can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
He's got big eyes, jeez.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
Yep, that's how that works.
No.
Beauteous, fair, and sightly.
You'd think they'd start with the one with the eyes, that might make things easier.
No, because you see, if all else fails, then vision will work.
Like, it would go so much easier, like, you know, you can just call the other ones if you're not sure, but the eyes obviously would be the most accurate.
He's fooled the guards.
Yeah, somehow the guards are never gonna come back after all of this.
Well, there was nothing there, so therefore anything they detect was nothing.
Yeah, just like, nobody will ever think about going to this place ever again.
Bees, oh no.
The tail end of this island is a riotous scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web.
And bees!
Oh no, not bees.
And a spider's web.
Books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground.
Alright, maybe we'll find a rare book here.
What do
How
you think
bookworm?
you're
Oh boy.
doing? I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good.
Oh, I don't like the portrait of this guy.
The ominous and fat bookworm.
Isn't there
Call him
something I
fat.
can do for you to pay for the book?
Well, he looks fat in this picture.
That's mean.
Itinerant claws?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
No, go away, discount Mickey Mouse.
don't mind
Informative.
oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly.
I think I should just call him Moron, period.
A marsh pig that does Texas?
That does Texas?
No.
Whoever wrote this was just like, I know what a diphthong is, let's include that as a joke.
I'm fresh out.
Look, a writer wrote this, so they have to brag about being a writer.
That is true.
Idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Right not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
Just like, I don't get almost any of these jokes. It's just, hey, it's grammar jokes.
Yeah, it's because
basically.
it's for writing nerds and French and grammar teacher.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous.
It's a very niche audience, but you gotta please them sometimes.
Thank
Oh
you.
boy.
I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale.
And I'm
of
a Lucius
all
Barfly.
No,
I'm your favorite Marvel character.
You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, I mean, an honor to have me as a bride.
I'm not very subtle.
Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
And a million fetishes were born
But
today.
my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! I mean, the loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
A black widow is sitting in her web. She has long legs and an hourglass on her belly. She gives Alexander a knowing look.
How do you tell?
Alright, I've considered the advantages. Alright, let's join forces.
Alexander reaches out to touch the black widow.
Ah, how sweet the matrimony. I knew you'd change your mind.
Alexander feels the sharp prick of the black widow's teeth. Then, a strange burning sensation.
Strange burning.
Oh, he went down fast.
Some poison can take you out really quickly.
And not Black Widow poison.
Maybe she's got scorpion cousins.
Tickets. Oh.
Hey, I'll put my finger on this spider.
Why do you
What can
think they call
possibly
her a
go wrong?
widow?
Oh yeah, why do you think they call her a widow?
Because... No, it's...
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely interested in getting this little
That
piece
scrap
of paper here.
blew into my web from those books over there. The wind just thinks it can deposit anything here.
Well, just remove it. It's your web.
Yeah, but we'll have to give her a hand. You do not want to take the paper because, yeah, she'll sting you if you do that.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Oh, geez, she got mad.
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it.
Love. Oh, I better get this to Casima.
I've been thinking about that all
The scrap
day.
of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
You needed to look at a paper that said love.
Yeah, but we could not look at it. We absolutely needed to do it exactly this way.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Of course.
Yeah.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Yeah. A
Does
tree
it
that
bark
grows
worse than its
milk
bite?
bottles and a tree that barks at you.
Okay, the dogwood tree is cool, though.
Is it true that your bark is worse than your bite?
Oh, I just said that joke and now I regret it.
Seems like you and the writers think alike.
It doesn't look like very good swimming.
Oh, alright. Doesn't look very good swimming. Let's go. Do-do-do-do-do.
Sounds like a good idea.
The bog sinks beneath Alexander's weight. He feels himself being sucked slowly but firmly down into the muck.
I like that dance move he's doing.
As the marshy water fills Alexander's mouth, he thinks that although he'd always wanted to try a mud bath, this is hardly what he had in mind.
Yep.
Next.
Do you ever get that sinking feeling?
That's not your best one, narrator.
Yeah.
What is that sassy twig over there?
How strange for a plant to produce not only milk, but a container to go with it.
Yeah. High-tech milk
That's the
technology.
sassiest looking twig I've ever seen.
Unless Alexander is mistaken, those plants must be baby's tears.
I don't know if that's a pun.
Yeah,
Alexander takes a close
is
look
baby's
at the
tears a
tomato
real
on the
thing?
ground. It appears to be dark.
I have no idea.
Oh,
What are you staring at there, boy? Go away, you rootless thing, you! Yeah!
Yep, that tomato is definitely rotten.
Yep. You see, its attitude is definitely rotten.
Hey! What do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Hey, Cosima, why do you smell so bad, Alexander? I've got a rotten tomato.
Hey! You're rotten yourself, you frickin' lousy bastard!
Good day, Snapdragons.
The Snapdragons don't seem inclined to communicate with anyone.
Good day, tomato vines.
Good morning.
Oh, God.
Someone wants you to talk to the tomato in your inventory.
Fine-looking young plants.
Apparently, the
Oh,
baby's
God, no.
tears haven't learned to talk yet.
No, that's just an actor doing a Goo Goo Gaga voice.
Alright.
Psych, did you do a voice with
What
us?
curious clinging vines are on this wall?
We know we're fascinating, but no one ever visits us. We're lonely.
And I think we know the
That's
reason why.
Too bad.
We just want to be liked. We just want to be hugged.
This vine is me.
Clinging to this wall, but he's gotten boring.
What?
I see. Perhaps
So
you
who
should
is
find a new
boring?
The wall.
Stupid.
Oh.
We're clinging vines, not particularly mobile.
No, I don't suppose so. Well, good luck.
And yeah, in case you were extra dumb.
Alexander gets a little too close to the vines on the wall.
Come closer. We like you.
Why are the words emphasized like that?
Your
I don't
enthusiasm.
know.
But I'm really not interested.
Don't leave us. We like you.
And
Oh,
we
he
just
died
die
fast,
like
jeez.
that.
This vine is too relatable.
Yep.
Just want to be loved by you.
No.
Those Snapdragons don't like Alexander getting so close.
Yeah, his soul just ejected before he even died.
Get closer.
There appears to be a hole in the garden wall.
Nah, the Snapdragons cannot kill you.
Is that a hole? It looks like a
Yeah,
little
look
net.
at that.
Hole in the wall.
That's
Alexander
weird.
sees a land that resembles a giant chessboard. Wow, it really is a hole in the wall.
What?
Sounds. Those wallflowers sure are sharp.
Sounds.
And the Snapdragons
Yeah.
are awfully
That's one of the
protective
very popular
Alexander
words
can't
of
even
this
get
game.
close to the wallflowers without causing quite a stir.
Was this the only game they used it in, or?
Nah.
No, I think
Alexander
a lot of
decides
them
to
use
pick up
atoms,
the
don't
hole
they?
in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing. Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
Oh, what a problematic hole.
The wallflowers, overcome with shyness at Alexander's approach, cluster together and cover the hole in the wall. Alexander can't get it.
Yep. We cannot get the hole in the wall because we're definitely missing something else. But yeah, welcome to Chessboard Land.
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land? Chessboard land, you knave.
I see.
Wow, it's literally called that.
Chessboard land, part of the land
I mean,
of the
what
Green
else
Isles?
could it be
It is the
called?
home of the red and
I
white
don't know.
queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles. But perhaps not for long.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen
Well,
dead?
Unity makes games.
The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
Ah, it's not deserted. You see, here are the two queens.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't
Alright,
queen
and now
of
it's
this
time for
isle?
blah
The
blah
lump of coal
blah
is in my
blah.
possession.
We're just
Therefore,
gonna
I
stop
shall
here and
decide
talk about this here.
Besides,
Yeah,
there's
totally.
nothing wrong
In
with
front
that
of this
spoiled egg.
stranger.
Just like, I don't understand why this is even
It's not
happening.
nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Oh boy.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
White is the color of
Quiet, Your
boredom.
Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
No, red is the color of blood.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
At least everybody
He was a lot
agrees.
of help,
Alexander is useless.
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Well, stream over, everyone. Psych fell asleep. For once, it's not me!
Alright.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
It's just like I kinda was not following this heated argument.
You didn't even have to do anything for the whole conversation.
Nah, you just
It
needed
was
to
just
be
supposed
here.
to be funny.
Like, literally the only thing you needed was that scarf. The whole conversation was pointless.
A little chilled.
Yeah, iceberg lettuce. Oh, fuck you, game. You just stole my fucking joke.
Jeez.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Psych, you can't be like that. You replayed the game recently.
Yeah, but I did not look at this thing the last time I played. I played through it as fast as possible.
Uh-huh. Gosh, I can't believe I said the joke before the game. I've never played this.
Yeah, my lettuce is ruined. Unless I can substitute the iceberg lettuce for another thing.
Alexander, stop pulling your sensation.
Yeah, there's definitely something here, but we're gonna disregard it right now because we're on a timer. This lettuce is gonna melt and it will become useless. So we have to...
Can you pick up another
one? Yeah, you can.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable.
Yep, now it's just a steaming pond instead of a boiling one.
I feel like you would still need, like, more than an ice cube to stop that.
Alexander decides
No, you see, it's the power of iceberg lettuce! Go and buy your iceberg lettuce now! Only $5 for 3 inches!
Ouch! The pond is no longer boiling,
He's got some bad boots.
Bathwater.
Yep.
Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
Yep, and a free lamp.
As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Yep.
I believe you somehow.
Ah, we totally do. I mean, he's got eyes of gold, which means the most trustworthy individual.
Yeah, can't be anything bad there.
You know, like, this game telegraphs a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still
Oh,
want to
in
hear
a way,
it.
it's still probably the fairer of the game. Alright. I totally trust him. But yeah, look at that.
Can you get into a situation where... an unwinnable situation?
Yeah, with that said, there's plenty of those.
Lots of dead men walking in this game, and I got stuck in them all the time as a kid. Oh man, that's free. Jump for joy, jeez.
Tickets. Oh.
Tickets. Oh.
Next.
That move
You
was slightly
keep skipping
erroneous.
Oh, erroneous!
No, it's not getting skipped, it's just skipping itself for some reason, I think.
But yeah, we're still going here, however, because
Alexander
we need...
feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything.
Right, come on. On the brick.
Alexander picks up the brick.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
Oh no, he
That's
just...
odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Maybe he just composed it himself.
Oh, time for the dance again.
Yep. You have to dance every time. But yeah, now we have this thing over here. This thing only appears whenever you successfully interact with the bookworm and try to settle for an exchange of a rare book.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny
Why did you
is,
talk to me then?
I am a nothing but.
Yeah, you're nothing but indeed.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange, my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But
Oh
who are
god,
you?
Yoda.
And why are you here?
Oh my god, it is
Where
Yoda.
am I home from? Lost I am, therefore. As my name too, can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
If you're lost, perhaps I can take you home.
Take me home too? Think not I do. Know you I do not.
Are you sure you don't want me to try to find your home?
Trust you I do not. Stay here I will.
Also, Zero Grievon, why a King Quiz? Why not? Obviously, this is what we always gotta do, so what could possibly pique the interest of this thing? Where?
Alexander holds the sentence
The word where?
Yep.
Yep.
Where are
This
you going?
sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you, I do.
Some writer.
Yeah, we
in
just
sense
showed
of a
him the
preposition.
sentence, and now he wants to travel with us.
This makes
Some writer.
Okay. I'm sorry, but this makes no sense.
Oh, hey, the dance again.
Interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Yep, there we go. We have... drum roll, please. A dangling participle.
Alexander has his magic map.
I don't get it.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Are you there, most venerable bookworm?
Don't you love the music here, the fart trumpet?
Do you have anything interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have.
There we go.
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home, I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
Nah, the bees are just decoration.
I'm surprised. I would assume they'd kill you.
Nah.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now.
Spilling bees! Oh!
Yes, sir.
Oh,
See?
Well,
Okay.
none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Oh, I like Timbits.
Thanks.
They're okay.
Yeah, what did we have? You see, it's a rare book. R for rare.
Alexander is carrying a rare book from the bookworm. The words in the binding
It doesn't
are
even
very
have a blue
faint.
gem. How do you know it's rare?
Something in the book.
Alright, I guess let's read.
Alexander opens the rare book and looks inside. The book contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing.
Now, where do you remember seeing that shape of page?
More importantly, what was the answer?
The widows?
Yep. Yeah, the bit of page that we saw, love, was part of this book. So apparently love must be an answer to something.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Please don't.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Yep, that was my pulling sensation. Thank you, I'll be here all week.
There's no reason.
Psych, please don't. You're not DSP, you don't... You're classier than that.
Well, I don't think I have class, but still. Oh, wait, that wasn't here earlier. What is this?
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles."
Uh-oh.
Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Kasima will be under their
It's just like...
I mean...
I don't know, he seems so jealous here.
He is! He doesn't just... he is!
Yeah, I know, but still.
Your candy dish is empty.
You've had enough, go home.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
I wonder who.
Get some more.
It was you.
Yep. Hello. Hello.
Takes a while to load that next line.
Impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
Yeah, just like, if you want mints, just go to the other islands. We know you're a genie and everything.
I mean, he needs mint extract so he can make them.
Oh, alright. Now it's time to get our ring back.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl.
Also, I'm a terrible businessman. It's just at this point you're like, I guess it's okay. Bring me 3 more of
You didn't
it.
sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, this guy is not in the right field of business or anything.
Do you make money some days?
Yes.
He just exchanges goods forever.
Traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Alex?
Whoops, that's right.
There's nothing.
I'm really not interested in anything on the counter at this time.
That's right, I kind of
As
forgot.
you wish. Allow.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about something. So, we're gonna keep the Nightingale for a while.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Alright, now, the one character everybody was waiting.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry. Idle conversation. I'm too worried about it.
That fucking face!
God.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
why...
that portrait got better.
So yeah...
Worse?
Oh yeah, if we want to talk to Jolo, we need our ring, so that's why we need it.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and...
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry. Flying
Oh my god. Oh, he's a gay stereotype. God damn it. Why did I laugh?
How can you not laugh at Jolo? He's such a golden beacon.
Oh, he's silly.
You know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me, Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and
It's just like this fucking face and the things that he says.
Heartbreak. I'm afraid she explained herself.
What a
The
terrible...
voice.
Hey, the princess' parents just ended up dying.
Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets.
His voice. The thing that gets me is that his voice is entirely
Requested
wrong for the
more.
stuff he's trying to
Yeah.
say.
Dated
not.
tradition, and not required, but
Like he's doing a clown voice, but he's saying the most, which I guess is the point.
Well, I guess I got cancer and will die in about a few weeks.
Psych, please.
My name is Jalo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cassima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cassima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip.
A
kind
whip?
and sweet.
Is that really the comparison you will go for smartness?
I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief.
I think that's a phrase I've heard before.
The truth is,
Well, she's smart as a TV.
Yeah, that's Americanism. It's just kind of dated now.
More to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Casima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess
Was that supposed to be an exasperated
I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Wazir?
The Wazir? Now there's a subject.
The Wazir?
Wazir? Ooh!
He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for Al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
Wazir?
Well, he's had his eye on
I'm
Casima
wanting
ever
for
since she was a young
Wazirs.
girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Casima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively
This
distrusted
fucking
him.
face
Casima has a good
doesn't
head on her
fit
shoulders.
with any of
I'd be
this.
surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Metal Gear Jolo.
Be very careful.
I don't want to arouse anything else either.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened. Now, hey, I have a rare book.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting.
Why'd you say that so weird,
It is a
Alexander?
wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells.
Really?
these days. I guess people believe more in mirth.
People are
than
just
magic.
bored.
I guess.
Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
Yeah, now let's see what kind of a fascinating life the librarian leads.
How fare you, merchant?
I have been reading too much love poetry lately. It is rather depressing to an old bachelor like me.
Alright, goodbye.
Swiftly walk away.
Alright, meanwhile, in Tales of an Abused Person.
Are you out here again? Have you finished the chores I gave you?
Yes, stepmother. The house and the stables are clean.
Then start polishing the silverware! Do I have to tell you everything?
What's gonna happen if there's gonna be a werewolf? Happy Valentine's Day, King Quest 6! Oh my god, now that I am thinking of that, god, I should have streamed that on Valentine's Day. That would have been the best fucking thing.
Well, you're not gonna play the whole game, are you?
Yes?
Oh, okay.
Well, at the very least, I'll try, but who knows? So, alright, a nightingale.
A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard.
The most beautiful song. Yeah, how do we befriend a nightingale? With another nightingale, of course.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground.
Alexander whines.
Also, I'm only gonna go for the best ending. We're gonna play the actual game.
Do you get the best thing from just having the most points, or...?
Now, it's just like there's two different endings to the game.
Tinny tune.
Oh, okay, I don't
The
remember
real
that.
nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently.
Warning, birds are kind of stupid.
The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
Oh yeah, bird befriended. Alright. Oh yeah, now that we have the bird's attention, it is time to actually, well, you know, go in contact with Casima. So we have to mail him our ring. Now we no longer need it, so it's okay, I think.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Jalo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Casima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Casima to his presence on the Isles. The nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring.
Yep.
She flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Casima.
And yeah, everyone's favorite song.
Sing, sing. What have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing, sing. Where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul. He must be here. Sing, sing. I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here, then? On this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
That's a dumb bird lady.
The little bird makes a delivery.
Yay, what do we get?
It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Casima herself?
Or no, the bird just picked it up randomly.
But yeah, now I actually need to talk about some stuff because it's very possible that you will screw yourself and make certain portions of the game much harder. You have to show Jolo your ring and talk to him before giving the ring to the bird, because otherwise you're never gonna be able to befriend Jolo ever. So, yep.
And you need to befriend Jolo for later.
Examines the red ribbon and finds a strand of long black hair.
Oh, we've got hair. Oh, black hair. Oh.
The strand of hair.
Psych, please.
No, I'm role-playing as Alexander.
Alexander can only
I don't like that.
His true love.
Yeah, what else can we actually give Casimo?
Alexander has a love poem from a book in the bookshop.
Yep, let's just be even more corny. Alright, love poem.
Alexander,
why don't you just send a mandolin and a song?
Because the bird cannot carry a mandolin.
Have you tried?
Yeah. I mean, that bird cannot even, like, carry a knife, so just like, do you think it can carry a mandolin?
The nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing, sing, my sweet. You bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing, sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through?
Now it's just the narrator reading it. That's what I
imagine. You didn't even write it yourself.
Oh, Alexander.
Alexander!
I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
Alright, in exchange for her scrap of paper, we get another scrap of paper.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend.
Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find
Stop trying to swim in the ocean.
Do not try to get to me.
Yeah, I heard you already died like 9 times.
Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing.
No,
no words of love.
That's not hearing.
Friend.
No, you see, it's a talking note.
Or does she regard him only as a brother?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. I'm only a friend, boo! Oh my god, this is the worst day of my life! The princess doesn't love me anymore! Ah!
Okay, psych.
The currents are... As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time...
I know there's an undertow, I just don't want anything anymore.
Tickets.
Okay.
Next. Nothing like getting...
Well, Alexander, I believe you got red-pilled.
I don't think that's appropriate, but okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Besides, I cannot leave yet. I kind of forgot there's something else that has to be done. Yeah, we already got a good ending.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
The pawn shop is too cluttered and dusty to poke around in efficiently.
Oh. Hey, merchant, your merchant is full of dust.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Yeah, now we want this.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
But wouldn't King Quest 9 be like that reboot that happened, which kind of ushered some controversy because of the fact that it was made using the money of another Kickstarter or something?
Yeah, I sort of avoided it for that reason.
Yeah, same. But yeah, now that we have a flute,
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
We can pull our magic map, if you know what I mean.
Alexander feels a...
Well, there was a King Quest. I think it was published by Telltale, I think.
No.
Oh, it wasn't? Someone made it.
No, it was in the style of Telltale, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Telltale.
Okay. Oh wait, what the hell happened? What is this?
Alexander takes the teacup.
Oh, a free teacup. Oh yeah, how do we actually get the hole in the wall? Well, it's time for a serenade!
May I have this dance?
So why do the wallflowers sing exactly like the vines? Yeah, believe me, this actually will serve some purpose, don't despair.
It's cute.
Alexander stops.
Look at this, it's cute. We made music.
Wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall.
There we go. And just like that, it stops. This solution is pretty random. You don't say. Just, it's almost like this game doesn't make a whole lot of sense in a whole lot of places. Wait, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to go back here, because yeah, that was the only use of the flute in the game, by the way. Oh yeah, didn't also Josh Mandel even voice like a Retsu Talk intro at some point?
I would not know.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Oh yeah, now it's time to have fun, because I think it's about time that we do...
Hello again, Alexander.
Because I think it's time to do this.
Would you mind if I
You sure do stop here a lot.
Of course, Prince Alex, please.
Alexander looked...
Yep.
I believe I'll take the tinderbox.
Very good, Prince Alex. Enjoy your tinderbox and bring it back anytime.
Thank you.
Enjoy your tinderbox.
Isn't a tinderbox like one use?
Nah, this tinderbox is actually really useful.
Hello?
Nah, Jolo is not here. I was wondering if he will be back, but...
Now.
Yeah, now it's time for everyone's favorite location of the game. The part that everybody who plays this game absolutely cherish.
The Cliffs of Insanity?
No, it's not the Cliffs of Insanity, it's the Cliffs.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Sorry, I was thinking of Prince's Bride.
Yeah, now it's finally time that we ascend those cliffs. Yeah, these are essentially the cliffs of copy protection. Now, I did ready up the manual in order to be able to do all of this, so... Alright. Because you do need to read the entire thing in order to be able to do
into
this.
The face of the cliff.
Yeah, now, yeah, we have to look at this and wonder, what do we have to do out of this? Well, it's time to read our manual. The Logic's Cliff. The following translation from the Cliffs of Logic scroll may help the reader understand the mystic that surrounds this artifact. Yeah, the first challenge, only those pure of heart will be able to rise the Cliff of Logic. So, yep.
Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs.
Yeah, you need the manual for all of this. There is no logic here, only reading.
Is the solution randomized?
No,
every
it's always
time?
the same.
Stares with wonder.
Okay.
That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome.
Now I just wonder, could you kill yourself onto this one screen, or did you need to climb higher? The one way to know for sure.
Oh no, Alexander loses his balance.
Oh no.
Whoa! 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 Ow! Hey!
No, I guess our butt is very sturdy. I think as long as we are on the screen, we cannot die. Then again, I did not do it from the highest rock.
Whoa!
So do you fall?
Yeah, there we go.
Long fall.
Oh.
Oh,
that's
geez.
not rocks, that's sand, game!
So, how do you fall? Do you just click?
Yeah, you click on
that
nothing.
Wasn't a very logical step.
You misclick, yeah.
Yep, yep.
Or purposely do it, but if you misclick, then yeah, that happens.
Now, that's one of the rare parts where I say the Amiga version of this game is better, because at least the climbing is automated. You don't have to click on each of the steps manually, one by one, in order to climb up.
Well, that's less protected, though.
Alexander examines
It's
the
very
strange
silly.
etchings in the face of the cliff.
Yeah, now, challenge number 2. Now, the manual doesn't necessarily clue you in exactly on how this is, because, yeah, the part where I read you about this, it talks about the first, the third, and the 5th challenge. So now we have to go further back into the manual. Just like the ancient ones were believers in the powers of language. They were fond of saying, a master of languages will soar.
Will suck?
No, soar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to spell the word soar using this very sophisticated alphabet. And by the way, this is ordered in the worst possible way possible. Just S kind of looks like a stick figure which is dead and flattened on the highway. So this one, afterwards, what is Ho? Okay, Ho is a very sad face. A is a cube which is split in two with another cube inside of it. I think it's this one. And
It's
Har.
a GameCube.
And Har, what is Har? Okay, it's tiny squares on both sides and a weird line.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Just one by one.
Yep.
Take your time.
At this point, I'm just gonna save after every puzzle, just in order to absolutely make sure that I don't have to redo any of these puzzles.
That you don't fall.
Yeah,
well, not falling is the easy part. It's just, unless you do it on purpose, it's kind of hard to fall out of this place.
Yeah, but it could happen.
Yeah, I kind of hate the way that the music is every time you climb a step. Just like, oh, will you fall? Will you not fall? Ooh.
Suspense.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
Yeah, now a very inspiring puzzle. Now it's time to go back to the manual because, hey, it was talking about what the third challenge was. The Stone of Stealth are associated with this riddle. 4 men standing in a row. Third from the left and down you go. The rest in order move you on. The youngest, the oldest, and the second son. So alright, third from the left and down you go.
Alexander gets the feeling that was the wrong button.
Oops.
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 Even what? Wait.
Oops.
Tickets. Oh.
Tickets. Oh.
What a riddle. Stones of Stealth. Find a guide to keep your health.
Oh yeah, the third button is totally out of the question. So yeah, it's like it's the youngest, the oldest, and the second son. So alright, let's try out 1, 4, and 2. Well, did not work.
Nothing happens.
So does it need to be reverse? That means the youngest is here and the oldest is there.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles
so it's
as
4,
more
1,
steps
2.
emerge from the granite cliffs.
Yeah, I think it's the only puzzle that can kill you. I'm fairly certain if you fuck up the alphabet, you do not die, but yeah, don't quote me on that. And even if you die, the message probably will just be, ooh, you have the logic thing, get a guide, bdab-dab-doo.
Ba-dab-ba-dab-ba-doo.
Alright, so now 4. We know that there's at least 5 challenges to that.
This is so unnecessary.
Yep. Just like this entire island is copy protection. Just like, hey, in case you accidentally brute force your way through this thing, well, there's a whole lot of things that you're probably not gonna be able to brute force your way through.
I feel like they were just really proud of their copy protection. They took it like just entirely too far.
Oh, Sacred 4. Okay, that's a very meaningful clue. Or is it? Yeah, it's now time to report back to the manual, because there's a bunch of text about the ancient one that will say about the sacred one. So yeah, Just like it says, the Ancient One gave meaning to every creature, color, element, and mineral. In addition, they studied the emotional states of being. Every emotion, like every creature, color, and element ranked high or low on their theological scale, the lowest being base or primitive, the highest being pure. At the top of the scale were the Sacred Four. The emotion, tranquility, the color, azure, the creature, caterpillar, and the element, hair. So how do you enter all of this? Well, it's time to refer back to the alphabet, because every symbol means something. But yeah, tranquility. What is tranquility now? Okay, so D is tranquility, and D just looks like a tower. It's a girl in the tower. Oh,
not there
please
yet.
tell me what to do. The color azure. Okay, what is the color azure? It's like if only the color azure was like A or something, but no, it's not. It's like the letter A. Symbol represent harmony, the cat, the color sienna, and heart. Where does A even fit in there? So, okay, what I was looking for again, I'm kind of distracted. Okay, azure. Okay, what is azure? Charcoal gray, color cable, ochre, olive, white, red, orange, green. Oh my god, where is azure? Okay, oh, so it's the sad smiley face again, with the under mustache, I guess. I think the third one was the caterpillar. Creature, caterpillar. Okay, what is the caterpillar? It's just like, and how is a caterpillar the most sacred thing? Okay, it's Q. And Q kind of looks like a fucked up gun. Just like, what is this even supposed to mean? But whatever it is, it's the letter Q. And last element is hair. Okay, what is hair? Okay, it's J. Or G, I probably should say. G is squiggly lines that make a fucked up N with a square in the middle.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
And yeah, that was just me. I was just making sure the audience did not fall all asleep at this point. Like, these cliffs never end. Like, between all of the manual checking that you have to do and the fact that there's 5 of these, it's just, wow. This is a headache party waiting to happen. Alright, final
Alexander
riddle.
examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
All silent cry the noble boulder. Oh yeah, thankfully this one is simple enough. The 5th challenge. Only those of the highest order may ascend the cliffs of logic. Because ascend is put into very big letters. Oh yeah, it's same as the first puzzle. They're just repeating puzzles now. Ascend.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Right, we're almost there. We're almost there.
I think any future times you go up here, it skips all this crap, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything is skipped. It goes immediately to the last screen after that.
Alexander finds himself, finally, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands.
Oh.
Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush.
Wait, flying nightshade bush, what does that even mean?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yep. But hey, look at this, it totally works. We can totally trust this person.
The sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some.
Once again, a person with glowing eyes can always be trusted.
Alright, I'll try some of your berries.
Oh my god, you're still going?
Yes?
Yeah.
It's a long game.
And I'll show you the way to the Lord and Lady of this isle.
Are you still going because you're eating every fucking berry?
Yes.
He throws at you.
Especially when glowy-eyed people tell you to do it.
Pretty one.
He's getting every death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, every worthwhile death.
And then there's some land I have for sale.
Define
Dead
worthwhile
Bogs of
death.
Tamir.
And this, however, I just don't understand.
The narrator just got bored.
I mean, the
Then
narrator
I
said
have some
that's
dead
all the
book
time,
in the land of Tamir. Oops, I skip your dialogue, sorry.
Young man, you offend me. I try to help you and you insist on being rude.
Grabbing at the old lady wouldn't solve anything.
Or will it? Alright, let's try violence.
Would you be interested in this?
Oh, you don't need to offer me anything, you sweet, sweet boy. My only interest is in seeing that you get what you deserve.
Which is gonna be sweet
Right
death.
then, stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if I care. You human.
Oh wow, the biggest of all insults!
The old woman just
I
disappeared.
don't know, humans
in the
kinda
cloud smoke.
suck.
Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe.
Oh, alright, these are powerful, alright, so I'm totally sold now.
Alexander isn't interested in the nightshade leaves, and there are no berries there.
Wait, what?
They're very clearly berries.
Try some of the
okay.
black berries on the
Okay.
Just like, I don't know why you
Pixel
cannot
perfect.
just pick them up and store them for something else. But no, it's just like, ooh, a berry.
It's because he's dumb.
Yeah.
As the poison takes effect, Alexander is left wondering if this is the kind of flying the old lady meant.
Oh, the ominous tone on this reading. Was that the right kind of flying?
Next.
He was.
And then there's some land
Well, I
have
think he
for
got
sale,
high.
Dead Bogs of Tamir.
What?
Oh, alright. Now that we're done with
Alexander
Berryland,
crawls
now
through the
let's
small
go
opening
crawl
in the
into
rock.
caves or something.
That seems like a good idea.
I love to
Alexander
crawl.
finds himself in a dark cave.
Thankfully, it's not as if we need a lamp or something to get around here.
Alexander can't do much of anything in the dark cave.
Or do we? Because, oh boy, we cannot find out that there's a tiny passageway here.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Wow, so much light.
Crawls through
Yeah, it's more like a flare.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I guess he doesn't need light anymore.
Really?
The lighting in this part of the cave is better. Alexander extinguishes the candle's flame and places it back in his pack.
Surprised you remembered to do that.
Alexander catches on fire.
A few leaves from the plant. As he does so, a strong smell of peppermint is released. Ah.
Peppermint, my favorite plant.
Gonna get the
Alexander
Jimmy
refreshing.
Johnson.
into the first room of the cave.
Yeah, we did all that for peppermint. Also, spoiler alert, this is probably never gonna
can't
be
see
used.
a thing.
Probably.
Yeah, it is used if you undergo a certain ending in the game, but
Alexander
if you go for the
crawls back
best
through the
ending, you
passage
do
to
not
the top
need
of the cliffs.
these.
Interesting.
Are you implying we're going for the best ending?
Yeah.
That's just silly.
Okay, now just gonna... that's right. I have the logic saves. Alright, let's go over there.
In the distance, Alexander can see the peak of a majestic mountain rising into the clouds.
Alright, that's totally where we go.
Look, an intruder! Hold! How
Also,
did you
God,
get up
these
here,
guys look
human?
horrible in high resolution.
Climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
Right, take the bumbling fool, hopping away. The whole place seems very inconvenient.
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the Winged Ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord.
Yeah, totally.
The cliffs of logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
And I will do this because
First,
of
I must note
love.
that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding
That's
danger.
what catacombs
You will need
means,
many
dude.
tools and clear wits to survive it.
First, I must tell you these catacombs are one long hallway with a door at the
Will
end.
take you there now.
Well,
You seem
unfortunately,
courageous
not
enough,
these
but the
catacombs,
catacombs will
however.
determine how brave
These
you
catacombs,
really
however, are balls.
We don't say.
So 2 large round chambers.
I probably will say more about 100 of it.
It's like a gumball machine of balls.
And will Prince
Did you tell
Alexander
Lord
Balls
Azure you were
manage
ready
to
and
make
willing
it
to
through the
face
Pachinko
catacombs?
machine?
No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die?
Wow.
To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are 2 different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Yeah, thank you for the escort. Get inside, you fucking nerd.
The catacomb's entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
Oh yeah!
This game would be easy.
Yeah, that will go against the whole spirit of the thing. So yeah, welcome to the catacombs. It's a maze of shit, and again, you have to check your manual, because you do get the map of the catacombs here. Only though, the map of the catacombs you get here kinda sucks, because it doesn't really showcase the full thing. It does not tell you, like, where the starting points are. and it doesn't necessarily tell you what is the right thing to do. It just tells you what rooms are safe.
And I recall correctly, the unsafe rooms just instantly kill you, right?
Yep.
Great.
Like, it's the most riveting dungeon. Look at all of these excellent rooms that we have going here. So yeah, according to my map right now, the down room is not lighted at all. So hey, let's go there.
As he walks through the doorway, Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this room.
Maybe it's because there's a giant hole in the floor.
Yeah. And yet he walks in it anyway, just like, we are terminally dumb. I hate Alexander so much.
Look under your feet, yeesh.
Yeah. It's like, it's not even the fault of the catacombs, it's your fault.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
You should pull out your magic map.
Also, when we were kids and everything, we could not figure out how to solve this, so we had to freaking brute force the catacombs, and this is why I mainly keep a very bad memory of this place.
Yeah, this game in general, a lot of things I couldn't figure out as a kid because it required the guide, and I don't remember if I had the guide or not.
But yeah, we have to go in this room to get a skull. If you miss it, by the way, you lose the game, because I don't think you can ever go back in the catacombs.
These bones seem more recent than the ancient catacomb bones that Alexander has seen so far.
Yeah, the most recent of bones.
Or perhaps they died while wandering lost in the maze.
Oh. And there's 3 skulls. Ah, come on, go in the door, Alexander. I know you don't want to, but you totally have to. Oh yeah, on the room there, you have a puzzle to solve, and I'm fairly certain that this puzzle here is absolutely not required, because you can probably circle around the entire thing and just make it without any kind of hassle whatsoever, but hey, if we want points. So...
Do we?
Yep, so anyway...
Of course we do.
Alexander feels the tile he's standing on shift beneath his feet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
A very abrupt death.
Oh. Next.
3 spikes and
What kind of weird catacombs did these guys make?
Nah, death traps are always part of every catacomb. Oh yeah, once again, this is a riddle for your good old buddy, the instruction guide. The catacombs were obviously a place of high reverence for the ancient ones, as a message on an ancient tablet that once adorned the doors to the catacomb shows. 3 roses laid upon the bower, a scythe for he who cuts the flower, a crown, a dove, most noble race, thy bones make sacred this dread place.
Yeah, fuck this game.
So yeah, we have to step on 3 roses. 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, it's a sigh for who cuts the flower. A crown. You have to guess that this thing over here is a dove. And here we go. Thy bones will make your place a sacred death or something. Yep, there we go.
Or something.
Yep.
Something like that, who knows.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Oh yeah.
If you take too long, does the Minotaur come for you or something?
I don't think so. Alright. Now, oh no, you have to go through the maze.
You were human only and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were the beast. Did my father send you here?
My voice acting is a bit awkward.
Why, yes he did, but how did you...
Hush, there is no time. I think I have discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs.
This is not just her first time seeing the script, but also her first time speaking the English language.
That totally sounds genuine to me. Alright, let's go.
Like, some of the voices were fine, but this one is,
Oh no, a hole again.
Yep, it's a trap!
Oh!
That was not Lady Celeste.
I never would have seen it coming.
Yep.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide. Alexander
The fuck
hears
is that
the
supposed
distant
to mean?
sounds of a
No, that
wild
means
animal
read the
somewhere in
manual if
maze
you
of
want to know what
ruins.
the map to the catacombs are. Alright, and a free shield.
Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
Dang, next stop is on the right, but I kind of forgot if you had any business in order to go into this room, because, for instance, that one skull that I just picked up in the middle of the maze of nowhere. Oh yeah, that's right, you had to go there, because, hey, look at what's glowing.
Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Ancient bones lie crumbling on the unyielding rock. Alexander notices that this skeleton has old coins over its eyes.
Good thing that I came. Here's another item you can permanently miss.
Alexander finds 2 coins on the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins.
Only place in the whole game where you can find money. Apart from your box at the beginning of the game.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Foreboding. Foreshadowing. Yeah, now our map is telling us that the next room is a trap, so what could possibly go wrong?
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside. And the ceiling is coming down.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
The gears are working furiously to lower the ceiling. Their great cogs interlock perfectly.
Alright, we gotta stop this any way that we can. Go, skull!
Desperate to stop the crushing ceiling, Alexander throws a skull into the grinding gears. The skull is caught between 2 cogs.
But now we don't get to see the death scene.
The skull begins to bulge.
Uh-oh!
Whoops!
With a sudden lurch,
Uh-oh.
the ceiling
Okay, I guess that
completes
wasn't
its
good.
descent
Yikes!
and presses Alexander into the
Yikes.
floor like a bug under a heel. That skull wasn't strong enough to endure the
Squish.
pressure,
Yep.
and neither is Alexander's.
Such a silly squish noise.
Yeah.
It's a bit little gruesome.
Ah, come on, there's no blood.
Alexander never was much good
But
at
this the
squash.
thought.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Beep. You see, he was never good at squash, people.
Okay, I think this is so far. I think this is your worst one, narrator.
Hey, get it, squash? Because
I
you
give
got
it-
squash.
Alexander
I give it a 2 out of 10.
And the ceiling is coming down.
But yeah, now it's time to actually stop this contraption for real.
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between 2 cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck. The trap is sprung.
There we go. Where am I? Okay. Now this is the part where I don't even remember what is the proper place to go and everything. Okay, apparently there's a trap on the left, but I remember you need to fall into a trap here. But what could it be? Okay. Okay, yeah, this room is all for nothing. Oh! I unfortunately cannot see my stream because I have the manual open, but whoever registered, thank you very much.
It's a reverse.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Verse. Thank you very much. Yeah, because unfortunately...
Now will you stream King Quest the 7th after this so we can finally see the ending?
I don't
The
know.
7th.
I don't think anyone is ready for King Quest 7 again. This game is so boring. Here we go. Now here's a trap that makes sense for once.
Zounds!
Yep.
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
Why didn't the other holes lead to the lower level of the catacombs?
Nah, that's because whatever. Just go heal a bag of dicks.
Darr.
Those dirty eyes.
Okay, at the very least we can keep moving in the dark. But hey, we sure cannot find anything.
Alexander hears the scrabble of hooves in the dark room.
Hello?
What? Those eyes.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Did you get just like halves in Heaven too?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's gruesome. That's a children's game.
Well, not really. I mean, come on, children will not play this game. It's not as if
I played this game as a child.
I would have played this game. I would have played this game as a child if I had it.
I played a lot of the King's Quest as kids, and they were horrible.
Alexander takes the candle from his
Yeah, that's how you
tinderbox
solve the
and
thing.
uses the flint in the box to light it.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Well, I'm glad you can see that.
Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox
Are we
away.
ever gonna find out what killed him?
I think you have a good idea as to what it was.
I don't.
I mean, remember what we are here to stop.
I don't think... could the Minotaur just, like, cut you in half?
Yeah. It's the Minotaur.
From the top?
Yeah, it's the Minotaur who killed us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, now where am I? I kind of forgot where I am. This is the... I think down is the wrong place. Because, yeah, it's totally not lit. Whoops.
Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this.
Another hole in the ground that he doesn't look at.
Yep.
Splat.
Tickets. Oh.
Alexander was never good at splat.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
Now, okay, I think it is left.
Alexander hears the sound of a wild beast again. This time, so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him. The noises are coming from the other side of the east wall.
Alright. Just like, there's a Minotaur in the east wall, but what can we possibly do about this? Because,
Fall in a hole.
I have a hole in my pocket.
yeah, but come on, these walls are so thick, there's no way a hole in the wall could actually spy through. Wait, is it actually gonna trigger, or that only happens if you do not have the hole in the wall? Yeah, I think this death only happens if you do not have the hole in the wall.
Oh, if you're a dead man walking in here?
Yep. Walk in here, there's nothing you can do, and eventually the Minotaur just comes in and impales you, and then the game just says, if only Alexander wasn't better prepared. But if you save your game here, there was no way that you could recuperate from your mistake unless you went way far back into the playthrough, so yeah, you were kind of screwed.
Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall.
I guess if you have the hole in the wall, then the Minotaur does not come to the
slightly
room.
with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones.
The hole in the wall should man fuck up.
Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs.
Well, not just another room.
Not just another room at all.
Yep. Way to steal the narrator's show.
At least Alexander now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall. While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it. Alexander hopes the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
Well, I hope the hole in the wall knows how to swim in impossible current water, because, hey...
It's a hole. Shouldn't the water just go through it?
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere.
We just saw him! My god, Alexander, why are you dumb like a fucking fragment of butt?
What?
Yeah, now we just have to find the Minotaur's lair, with the easy-to-follow directions that the game has provided for us. The down room any needed. It's lit up. Okay, there's a whole lot of nothing in this room. Just like, you have to check out these dead ends anyway, just in fear that you're not missing an important item or anything, but yeah. It just, nah. This game is a freaking arsenal of butts. But I think there's no items on the second floor that has to be obtained. We've gotten everything that the catacombs had to offer.
This tapestry looks familiar. Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch.
Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
Oh my god, how many people have that voice?
Are useless. It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a winged one's girl. She must be Lady Celeste.
Oh.
Alexander gallantly offers the
Can I be of some assistance? What a fucking dork!
Good day!
How goes it today?
Hey, how's the weather? Wait, is this the Minotaur or Donald Duck now?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Or suffer my assistance.
Oh, you're so threatening, Alexander. Ooh.
Yeah.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away.
Good strategy.
Until he can back away no more.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally a fine place to be. Near the flaming pit of death.
The solution to this, just jump out of the way.
Pretty much.
Wouldn't you like to let the girl and I go?
Don't be a fool.
Not possible.
Now you die.
Turbo
wow, he was right.
Hi.
Oh, that was a deep hole of fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
There's something to be said for taking the bull by the horns, Alexander.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one,
Now let's...
Alexander... It's...
Excuse me. I demand the release of that maiden this instant, you fiend.
Lady Celeste looks you're the weirdo from earlier. Strange voice and spots Alexander.
You there!
But yeah, how are we gonna counter the Minotaur?
You're gonna jump out of the way.
Nah, this is too much sophisticated of a tactic.
You die, you
Throw a pie at him.
Or that.
I don't have a pie.
Alexander slowly backs away. Until he can... Now, where to, little man?
But yeah, let's see our arsenal. What do we have? Oh, alright, I know!
Throw the skull at him.
Little effect on the rampaging Minotaur.
Ah, I wish that actually worked.
Throw the skull at him.
Oh, yeah, actually, let's just...
That would have little effect on the rampaging Minotaur.
But
now you...
Oh, oops, I took too long.
Now you die.
What is it, a tomato or something stupid?
Nah.
I'm really surprised it doesn't just jump out of the way when he charges.
Nah, because you saw the fastness of his charge. There's no way we can...
Yeah, but he yells, now you die first.
Yeah, but let's just say we have very slow reflexes.
This is Alexander after all.
It's Alexander's step. The movement catches Lady's... As the minute... now.
Alright, so now the actual solution. A red scarf! Let's just do
Oh my
like
god.
Yep.
Alexander, his
Yeah, because he's a bull, you see, so he goes...
red queen scarf.
Yeah.
Look here, you bully. Nice, bright red.
Red. Now you die.
You die, Red.
The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
I do now.
Of course not. Sorry, let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Oh, all right. I've got it, Lady Celeste. Here we go.
Like the most awkward rescuing attempt.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
That's very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
Why are we so dorky? God, I hate Alexander so much.
It's fine, it's like a kitchen knife. I don't need it.
The Winged One's guards, bored with the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
I'm quite well.
Hey, how you
Thanks to
doing?
the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellect.
Yes, me lady.
Now bring him along. I'm going home.
Like, even that crow with the golden eyes is totally getting embarrassed by this display.
I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life. So I thank you.
Thank you, I guess.
I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its roots. It is also my
I thought that
duty to
was
grant
you
a
who
visit
came up
with
with
the
these
Oracle.
anyway.
So this I do. I will grant
Probably.
you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the crown. But there, my
Now the
obligations
catacombs
to
will,
you end.
will become a brand new amusement park.
But he is my liege,
And I will
if
call
Princess
them
Cosima trusts
Six
him and wishes
Flags.
to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle now. When your time with her is through, I want you to leave the city of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
Well, our ruler is a
I
complete
thank you, Lord
jerkbot, but hey, I will totally
respect
swear
your wishes.
allegiance to him.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
defeated the Minotaur in his lair. So I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima.
Ah, you fucking dork! Just ask her of anything of better value, fuck!
Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She's a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers. And yours to try to redeem her.
You see, the princess that you want to save, her destiny's to be fucked over every day.
A blade, young one.
Psych.
No, I mean in the sense of whatever. It's just
language,
not that one.
Psych, language, please.
Oh my god. The master of the English language, me.
You into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final
Our adversary, the old man from the store.
Infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty oracle?
Oh, such pain. I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the dark force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned, the druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you.
Thank you, great oracle.
Yeah, the big exposition dump is over, and we are all the way back to where our big adventure started. Whew! Well, that definitely was a mouthful. Oh yeah, I don't know. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours, so I'm probably just going to ask the people around, do we keep on going, or do we save the rest of the game for another stream?
Finish it now. Finish it now. Finish it, don't.
Now that you've said that, UZWorm, you know that people are probably gonna want to see this thing to the end.
I mean, how much longer
You
do
know
you think
how
it'll
many
go?
times people have listened to me and it's been a good idea?
Alright. I see that people definitely want to keep going. We definitely have to know how this entire thing is gonna end, so... Alright, anyway, I'm probably gonna take like a very quick break, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just in order to have a bathroom break and refill my water bottle and everything, so... Alright, let's take a quick break and we're gonna continue.
Oh, goody.
Yep.
Sounds like a good idea.
I see that Ragny is totally enthusiastic about all of this. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, hold on a bit. I'll be right back.